Hello, hello. Happy New Year's Eve, everyone. Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. I have a feeling it's going to be a slower stream. Probably not too long either because it's New Year's Eve and a lot of people aren't home and, you know, good old stuff. Hi, Ricardo. Hi, Nando. Hello, Bill. Hello, Spin. Glad you guys made it. Hi, Stefan. Hi, Synergy. Hi, Michael. Denzel, what's up? What's up? Jose, hello, hello. How are all of you doing? Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. I was supposed to stream a little bit earlier, but I was trying to help my cousin and brother with the transit because they are arriving at midnight on New Year's to New York. So that's going to be a disaster. Hey, happy New Year's Eve, press. The calendar is clearly wrong. Well, it's a special day where people remember the time. You know? So yeah. Sorry. Was reading a message. The Lord Jesus Christ, just 'cause my hair is up? Prejudice. Whose idea? Theirs. They didn't even tell me that they booked it for New Year's Eve until later, and I was like, that's a disaster. They're like, yeah, we found a good deal, and I was like, huh, there's one day with a really good deal, okay. And then turns out it was because it was New Year's / New Year's Eve. So, whatevs. Yeah, a good deal. And I'm like, cool. Everything you saved, you're gonna be paying in Uber prices. So they're like trying to figure out how to do the transit thing, and they're gonna have to figure out New York Transit in the middle of the night at midnight. So, good luck to them. You know, but luckily I know New York Transit very well, so I'll be helping them with that. It's honestly very easy. It's just hard the first time, especially after a long flight. So that's not ideal, but I think everything else is not that big of a deal. You know what, Calvin? I play farming games. I've been playing Guardians of Osmo Rune Factory. I love the Rune Factory series. I will say that I was thinking of getting back into Tetris. I used to be really fast at it, but I wanted to like learn how to do the T stuff that people do. So I was thinking like, what if I just like play Tetris here and there too? I think that would be a lot of fun because I'm trying to improve. Hey, Happy New Year, Joe. I'm gonna be studying on Chessable. Yeah, so that should be good. Yeah, Grandmaster Tetris level. I don't. What's Reversey? Oh yeah, anybody here in 2026? I think in Europe, it either already did or is about to hit 2026. 1231. Definitely not spin. Definitely not spin. But I was doing Chess Dojo's course actually. It's very good. I'll share that with you guys. I was actually gonna work on it today and maybe go through some of the reviews. So you guys, like you guys are obviously free to get it. If you guys like it. Hello, Owen. How are you? Owen, what time is it for you right now? Against Magnus Carlsen, 0-0. But soon to be 1-0 when I win. It just has to be during a holiday, it has to be like Carlsen has to just be very, very drunk. Not a little bit drunk, not drunk, very, very, very drunk for me to win. Well, I'm probably gonna enter 2026 with champagne and cheese and jam and oh, you know what, you guys just reminded me, I do need to pick up some fruit for the charcuterie board. Got the cheese ready. Maybe some crackers. I have honey. Oh, some meat. Okay, 1 second. I gotta save this real quick because I need that. What book, Van? Well, I mean, no, but I'll be watching fireworks. So yeah. Oh, by the way, the video on the other channel is about to hit 10K views, which is pretty damn awesome. And I'm crossing my fingers that I hit 1K followers because we're getting really close in that new channel. Some champagne. Some champagne, okay. Oh, maybe some wine. But I mean, it's New Year's, like I have to have some. I also need to drink more water because the air is so dry. That's all. Yeah. Definitely could be like doing red wine, but I feel like champagne is intended for celebration, right? So, one sec. Meat and crackers. Uh, okay. All good. I got it down. Hi, love. What's up? Video is rocking. It's popping off, which is a good thing. Apparently I did mess up mind map and concept map. I started with a mind map. I had no idea mind map and concept map were different. In fact, I just thought it was all one mind map. So it's still the same idea, so it's not that big of a deal, but apparently a concept map is like much more complex while a mind map is simple. And so that's the difference. How did I come up with the name Bloom Theory? Well, the whole channel was intended to, you know, it's like definitely a self-grow channel in the sense that, you know, it's intended to teach you habits and tools for improvement. And so it took me a while. I was working on the name for a while, and then I was thinking something with Bloom because, you know, it's kind of like wordplay, obviously, you know what I mean? And it just kind of worked. And then I was like, oh, the theory sounds kind of cool too because the channel focuses on research and ideas and theories. So like I kind of put those two together and it just worked out. Hey, I'm doing well, Sir Boss. How are you? Like literally just worked out because of what the channel was about. I actually did so much research for this channel when I first started. Because I have a project management background as well. Like I worked on everything when I started. I worked on the business plan. I worked on like I have a shit ton of documents. I worked on the ideal viewer profile, all that stuff. So I have so many documents that basically track the content of the channel and, you know, what it's about and who it's for. Obviously, like those are all just based off of what I know for the demographic. Like I was thinking, okay, a demographic would probably be somebody like me. But I think that the more data you get, like you realize that there are discrepancies, which is great because when you first start anything, like you don't actually know the demographic well. You don't know who's actually going to watch. And then as more people start tuning in, you get a better idea of who you're making content for. I try, Sinner. I try. Thank you, Ricard. A game. What kind of theories? Well, right now I'm really going through a lot of like study research and neuroscience, right? Because those are linked. And so I would say in those areas specifically, I've been touching on a lot of research for habit building and studying and reading and learning. I guess they would all technically fall under learning and how to most effectively learn. When I first, I think, not when I first, but for a good few years, I believed in learning styles. And I think when I created this channel, after I started doing more research, I realized that learning styles are actually not really a thing. And so that was kind of interesting for me, because I did realize that a lot of this has more to do with the way the brain functions and the way the brain learns and how it basically maps ideas in your head, like creates, I guess they would call it neural pathways, right? So it has to do with the creation of neural pathways. And that's why some people are actually learn faster than others because they understand more concepts that they can interconnect with new information, which is really interesting. So it's definitely like helped me also learn a lot and change the way that I study. Hey, Vindictive, what's happening? Yeah, that's funny because like after doing this research, sorry, after doing this research, I realized that learning styles aren't really a thing, and like that was just an opinion I started to develop. It wasn't anything that was like too strong, but I was like looking more into it the other day, and it does seem like it's been debunked. The different learning styles, but of course I didn't look too into it, so I can't say for sure. But I'm definitely leaning more towards the fact that people don't really learn that much differently. It's just people are different and they have different habits, skills, understandings, and that's what really like different foundations, and that's what really changes the way people learn. Although it's not really changing the way you learn, a lot of times it's just some people can learn better than others, and that's why they learn certain ways and others don't. And so that doesn't really have to do with learning types, if that makes sense. Hey, happy New Year, Blonde Man. But of course, I'm still learning about this. Hey, Mozart, what's up? And I will be doing much more research on this topic as well, because it definitely seems like people are interested in learning more about basically learning effectively, and I think that's super fair. And there's the video I created, yeah, it touches on a lot of important ideas and concepts, but obviously it gets much deeper than that. And some people in this channel also mention that there's different types of learning, like in terms of passively taking in information, actively taking information. I think I touched more on actively taking information, but obviously there's more to it than that. But that being said, yeah, it's interesting, and it's very interesting, and I'm sure that over time some of these videos that I work on, these topics, they'll get updated, and I might create a new video in the future, and so we'll see how that goes. I mean, I wouldn't view it that way. I think the biggest lesson I've learned from all of this research, like the most important thing, is how all of this is mostly foundational. It's not a matter of like, focusing on strengths, weaknesses. Of course, that comes into play. It's a matter of how strong your foundation for learning is. That is what helps somebody improve in something drastically. How well, like, how strong is your foundation for learning? Like, how well do you understand how to learn? And it's the same with chess, correct? So it's definitely interesting. I think chess taught me that a lot too. And so I'm definitely realizing, yes, a lot of this is foundational stuff, like having the foundational skills. And yes, I would consider all of these skills the foundational skills to learn, meaning having critical thinking skills, problem solving skills, all of that kind of stuff that a lot of people don't consider as skills. I think a lot of times we consider it more like innate, but it's not innate. Critical thinking is its own skill, its own thing. There's a whole class on critical thinking. Like I took it in college for communications, because I studied communications. And so like a lot of this stuff is not innate, it's learned. And so that is why you kind of have to focus on those things first, and building your foundation through these things that change the way that you think for the better. And then, that in return will help you learn much faster. I definitely want to make a video on critical thinking right now. Like I'm looking into what does well on YouTube, because of course I have so many ideas for videos. The problem is that if they don't perform well on YouTube, I'm just spending a ton of time and money making a video that's, going to underperform. And so I think that it's a timing thing too. And a matter of like figuring out how I could talk about this and make it appealing to the overall YouTube demographic, I guess. Yeah. but I really want to. I love critical thinking. I love that. Like I want to make videos on persuasion as well because I learned a lot when I was in college on these topics and how persuasion works and like, you know, how advertisements work with persuasion to make people buy things, and like being aware of things like that is also, I think, really helpful for people. So yeah. Yeah, family and school, and that depends on like how wealthy your neighborhood usually is. So I have a lot to figure out. It's a, you know, step-by-step process, but it'll come together, and I do plan on making videos like that because I think that the stuff is so interesting, and there's definitely like a huge gap in the market for it in terms of content and understanding. Like you don't really see a lot of videos that focus on critical thinking doing well, but also not even just that. They're usually focused on from an academic perspective, not from like a life perspective. You know what I mean? Like how do I apply critical thinking to my life, to my everyday life, not just to your assignments or your schoolwork. Like it's something that funny enough should be something that's very much more like applied generally. Yeah, how to see if you're caught in a scam. uh, Chess ASMR, why is that? A business degree? Well, actually, I was gonna take marketing, but my school didn't allow it because I switched majors my junior year. I took comms. I was like thinking about doing a business degree, but then I figured a lot of what I could learn at this point can be online by myself. I do have a goal of having my own business one day. Right now, I'm, you know, much more in the content creation side of things, and I think that's in general super important for businesses these days, anyways. So and I'm enjoying it. Like I feel like I'm doing something that I'm passionate about and that could definitely help people, because I do think that there is a market of people out there who are interested in these types of things, like understanding, you know, like how to think better, like think in ways that improves their lives, you know, and all that stuff. And like I don't really see a lot of content that focuses on that, funny enough, but it's super important. All of those things are super important, like, you know, but I don't really see a lot of that. Oh, thank you, James. Thank you. Good at marketing. Well, I am technically doing marketing. I took a whole class on it, and a big part of content creation is marketing. Don't like, you know, you can have good videos, but if you can't market it properly, you're gonna fail, and that's the part that comes in, like where marketing comes in. So I am doing a lot of that. A lot of this, like what I would call this, is skill stacking. Right now in my life, my focus is on skill stacking and getting the right skills and accumulating them and combining them together to, you know, eventually create a successful product, if that makes sense. Yeah, questioning things, and you know, that's what we would call metacognition, right? And you know, we talk about that a lot on this channel, but you know, if you guys want to understand that better and maybe focus on becoming more self-aware, you should definitely look into metacognition and the importance of it and the relevance of it, because that can definitely help you improve your mindset and, in my opinion, form better relationships with yourself and other people. And just in general, like to have like a better understanding for the world, which sometimes we lack, and that's, you know, that's fine, but like I think all people need to continue growing over time. A million, I don't know about that. That would be pretty hard. It takes people years and years, but it's like not impossible. It's just really, really hard, but we'll see. I'm just happy with you know, my milestones so far. Well, actually, meditation, in my opinion, I think is necessary. I think that it's something that's really hard because a lot of us with technology these days have very short attention spans. But what I've like learned with meditation from just my own experience is that it does really help you become more mindful and present in the moment, and that's actually way harder to do than many people think. So I know meditation is good for that, and for me, like Meditation helped a lot if I was feeling anxious. You know, it definitely helps you become more grounded. And, you know, I think that's amazing when you have something that can actually help you with something like anxiety, and just overall be more patient and in the moment. So I think it's really good. Like, I want to get back into it. It's definitely on my list. And I think that when I do, I would love to make more videos on it as well. And maybe like how to, like, a practical approach to meditation, and, you know, like a step-by-step process, because I think meditation is pretty hard to get into. It can be very difficult to sit there in silence for a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Um, kind of love. I did study communications. It has a little bit of marketing, but not too much. Marketing was its own course, which I was gonna actually take, but then I couldn't. But I was actually pretty or very happy that I got into communication studies because I love it. I thought it was so interesting. I know there's like a lot of hate for communication studies. A lot of people see it as irrelevant, but I would say quite the opposite. It's not gonna, like, you know, lead you to the door by itself like certain majors will. You know what I mean? Like, where that major will just basically handhold you to your career. But like, what it can do for you is it can definitely teach you how to communicate efficiently. And in our world, if you can communicate well, and if you can make people like you, you're gonna get like further than most people, truthfully. Like, that's what works for a lot of people. Like, a lot of people get in the door through connections that they built because they have charisma, they can talk, whatever. And so, you know, that part is pretty good. But also, like, you learn a lot about argumentation and debate, which is really good because it does help you sniff out bullshit. And you start to see it everywhere, which is also good for your life because you can actually tell when people are, you know, not being honest. You know, you can tell when it's in bad faith, like the arguments. And also, like, you learn how to research, which is really, really important. One of the last classes I took in college was research methodology class, and it focused on basically research. And you had to go out and you had to collect research. Like, you had to do surveys and like use tools for that, for collecting samples, whatever. And so, like, you kind of learn what the research is good versus what is bad research, like, which not even bad but not as strong. So that way, again, like, if you're debating something or if you're looking into a certain topic, you have a better understanding on how to identify if it's strong research and worth actually looking further into, or if it's complete bullshit and, you know, there's no point of believing whatever somebody's like throwing at you. So I thought that was really good. Like, that class did help me a lot. Like, I think that research is one of the most important tools these days, just because there's so much information out there, and it does dive pretty deep, but it's totally worth looking into if you want to, I guess, better identify truth over just, you know, propaganda, I would say, or, you know, just BS, I guess. Hey, happy 2026. How to skibidi toilet? Yeah. Scientology classes. Wait, there's such a thing? I didn't know that. What the heck? I didn't know that. Anyways, this topic is super interesting for me. Sorry I talked so much about that because I don't know, like, there's so much to say. Like, there's a lot to say. This stuff, like, actually goes very in depth, even though a lot of it seems kind of surface level. It's like, oh, what is there to communicate? Like, you already know how to talk, but it's so much more than that. Like, it's as honestly very little to do with talking, and more the science of communicating and reading body language, like non-verbal communication, verbal communication, and how most communication is actually non-verbal. It's not verbal communication, which, you know, actually can teach you a lot. So and then persuasion, and then obviously research, and all of that falls under communication. Yeah, dude, communication is very hard, like effective communication as well. I took a class on conflict resolution, and that class was also super helpful because it does teach you about the different types of conflict and the different approaches, and when conflict resolution is not possible. And so you learn when to stop. Like, if you're trying to fix conflict and you know this information and you recognize, like, hey, this is not something I can fix, you're not going to waste your freaking time on it. So, like, things like that are really nice too to know. Thank you, Marcus. But absolutely, people do. People underestimate. But that's the thing. Like, it just comes down to like not knowing what you don't know, and like thinking that everything you know is like the center of it all. You know what I mean? Like being like, oh, like this information that I know basically makes up this whole topic. Therefore, it's simple. But that's just not true. For a lot of things, like topics, a lot of ideas, they go so much more in depth. But if you don't know how in depth it actually is and you don't have that knowledge, there's no way of you oftentimes identifying, unless you're self aware enough to realize that you actually don't know shit about the topic. And so, you should try to remain more open minded about it instead of being like, this is simple. It's like, well, you can only say it's simple if you're an expert at a topic, truthfully. Yeah. Hey, Happy New Year, Phoenix. Uh, Sounds complicated, Rave. Is it? Yeah, I'm definitely gonna work more on that. Like, I want to dive deeper into these topics. What I liked about this last video I worked on is it actually felt like I was able to go deep enough, like how I wanted to, because when I first started the channel, I would like look at a lot of content for inspiration and to see what works well on YouTube, and a lot of it's really surface level. And so like it put me in a position where it's like, okay, if I go too in depth, is anybody even gonna watch this content? Like, am I gonna be just spending time and money on content that's not gonna perform? So like you're consistently like, you know, trying to balance that out. So we'll see, because I like diving deep into topics. I think that that's very helpful instead of just like remaining surface level. That's not really my style. So hopefully over time I can find a balance to that and like actually provide enough information to not overwhelm, but not so little that it's just like, again, surface level and not something that people can apply. Yeah. Well, I did have a podcast, but I do want to start a podcast. Like, one of my goals with the other channel is to actually, I had a chess podcast, to have some authors come on, you know, basically like invite some authors to do a podcast, because I really want to, you know, I want to interview authors. Like, I want to interview people who are relevant to those, not even just authors, like researchers. I think that would be so freaking cool. So if the channel continues doing well, eventually I want to set that up and have a podcast. Exactly, Calvin. And in like finding that balance takes time. When it comes to writing essays, it's not the hardest thing isn't writing a 20-page essay, it's actually writing a one-page essay, like a summary. That's way harder for a reason. So that's what I learned when I was doing all those essays in university. Mm. I mean, for the chess, yes. Yes, I'm so excited for that, Marcus. I'm very excited for that. I'm gonna get some more water. I'll be right back. Alrighty. I'm back and I am not AI. Well, it depends if those 5 people would be, I don't know, in any timeline or just alive. How do we know you're not AI? Well, I guess you don't, but I think the number one proof that I'm not AI is that I made content 9 years ago before AI was a thing. So, oh, I actually did interview Ben. He was very fun to interview. I think we should still have the command for the podcast if you guys want to listen to it. Right, processing ideas, that's true. That's a prototype AI, maybe. I guess you guys wouldn't know. Guess there's like no way of knowing that, you know? It's becoming more difficult to recognize when something is AI versus not. Oh, how do we know he's not AI? Yeah, we definitely don't know that. I mean, he probably isn't AI, but he's probably a bot. Well, yeah, we don't, you know. Like, how do I know the chat isn't a bot? 17 to 1800? Well, are you going through positional? I mean, you're already pretty high rated. From 18 to 1900, I always said that I went through positional chess, focusing on, I think, closed positions. I did focus on, like, I focused on weak squares and weak pawns. So if you haven't studied that and the strategy behind that, that's worth looking into. And endgames. 19 and 2000 was tactics. Mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody's just a bot. Yeah, no, the whole AI thing is like so interesting to me. I mean, personally, I love it because it does allow me to do much, much more. If you can use it as like a secretary, a guide, it does like help you, you know, get a shit done. But obviously, AI, like specifically AI tools, you know what I mean? Like Claude, ChatGPT, it's only as good as you are. The better you are at a topic, the better the output. So that's why, like, it's hard to have, I guess, AI be that much of a benefit for you if you don't really understand your topic or prompts, I guess. How do you like it, Clint? Hey, Wisdom, Happy New Year. I heard about that, Jay. You do. I was reading this book on AI. I'm still reading it because it's 600 freaking pages, and I've been learning a lot, and it's actually really interesting. Exactly. It should complement your work. It should, in my opinion, again, like be like a guide, something that can check it for you. It shouldn't be something that basically creates it for you. You know what I mean? Which, like, I guess I use create loosely because if you know what to ask for it to create and you have like a whole template and structure, that's really good. You know, I think that that's great. But that's not like creating is going off of a template, I would say. But if you're trying to have AI create something from scratch, that's like impossible unless you know already how to do that, or at least a blueprint. I haven't played in like a year and a half, 2 years at this point. I was 1482 USCF. I have another channel I'm working on. So that's been kind of, both of these things have been a full-time thing for me. And I'm working on Python at the moment as well, and soon Copilot. Yeah, I have no idea, Clint. Maybe in certain areas, but I wouldn't say everywhere. Yeah, but I don't know. I think it definitely is a good tool. But like, there are people out there who, there's two groups of people I always say that use AI: people who use it for answers and people who use it more of a guidance to like help them work through things. And I think if you're somebody who uses for answers instead of asking questions, you know what I mean? Like, where it's intended to kind of help you learn instead of give you an answer to a problem. Like, I think that that makes all of the difference. And if you're in that first group, you're kind of screwing yourself over big time. And I would probably say a lot of kids these days are in that first group because they're kids and because the school system is a little whack. So that's not good. That's actually going to be really, really harmful in the long run. It's just a matter of like how you use it. Right. I'm not, no. Scotch Gambit, Timanova. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, actually I'm already learning LLM. And back to coding for me too. Not to copy paste. Exactly. Like with Python, I use it for to answer questions like that of things I'm confused about and to explain certain concepts to me. I don't use it for answers because that's literally that's useless. At that point, I might as well just not be, you know, learning because that's you're not learning if you're using it for answers. Right, right. I like it a lot. And I like it, you know, to like fact check stuff sometimes too. Or at least get like a second opinion. Obviously, it can be pretty bad with fact checking, but the research tool is really good for that to at least give you, you know, sources to research. So, yeah. Mm, yeah, I like it for like source research at times. Okay. You know what does suck though? There's a lot of research that's not available to the public unless you're studying that area. And I think that really blows. I still don't understand why that is. Like, why is research not available? Or it's super freaking expensive and you still can't even get in. Like, you have to be in certain fields to get the latest research to a lot of the topics. I mean, it's making some of us mediocre. Not all of us, I would say. We're gonna do some endgame practice, unless you guys just want some games today, and then um endgame practice next time. Yeah. Like I don't get that. I want access to research. That's fair, Marcus. That's fair. I also think it helps me at times too because it's not always the easiest thing to get appointments. And it's just a matter of like, okay, like, you know, is this something that is I don't know, happens when it's not that serious, only happens when it's serious, blah 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 blah. I do have a Discord channel. You guys want to do endgame study? Because I am fine with that. I'll share learning resources. Oh, that's nice of James to do. Well, neuroscience, I would say, is a big one for me. I have a friend who is in neuroscience in that field, but I need to hit her up. And anything that relates to the content of the other channel. Okay, we can go through endgame stuff. Today's stream won't be too long. I mean, holy crap, it's already been an hour, but um maybe I'm not too sure actually. I'm not too sure. That's not like an area I look too into. I have to kind of look further into it because I honestly don't know. Oh yes, the good old days, Breeze. Yeah, and I think that's what I really want to understand because I think that that's what could help with just in general understanding learning better, like I was talking about before. What's up, Junka? How's it going? Yes, this and that. Okay, let's go to Chessable. Okay, endgame studies. 213 out of 415 variations done. Let me show you guys. Here you go. I think we just go ahead and review them. Oh, definitely. Thomas, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to all of you. So, you guys ready for this? So, the first one is on attraction. And with attraction, what was the definition for attraction again? Let me just look at it. Attraction, explain. Attraction tactics often, I'll just read it to you guys because you probably can't see it. Can I do this or it's me bad? I think I just need another one for. Yeah, I'll just do this for now. I have to get another one. Junka, thank you, appreciate that. Yes, so attraction tactics, often referred to as decoys, are all about luring an enemy piece, usually through sacrifice to a specific square on the chessboard, in order to unleash a further tactic on that piece. The most common examples of attraction include luring an enemy piece into a winning pin, fork, or skewer, luring the enemy king to set up forced mate. Okay, cool. So that's definition. This chessable, I gotta ask Chess Dojo. He sent it to me. It's by Koista specifically. I'm gonna text him real quick and let him know I'm going through his endgame studies and that people are asking about it. Because I do think there's a price for it, but I don't think it's that expensive, but it's super helpful because it goes into different concepts for endgames. And it goes into like deflection, attraction, as you saw, a few others. So it is really good. One sec. Let me just send this text. Course on Chessable. Okay, there you go. Perfect. Are you allowed to stream it? That was the kind of the point, yes. You're allowed to stream Chessable courses because Chessable is part of chess.com. In fact, I think that oftentimes they promote YouTube because of the fact that it gets them clients. Okay, yes, this one is bishop b4. It forces them, the king to move to, or the queen to move to a square where it can get forked with check. Let me fix the audio. Yeah, basically what Marcus just mentioned. Okay, let's take a look again. So this one is just rook b8. Again, attraction, moves a piece, and then forks the king and the queen. Chessable, that is where we learn chess. But it's like multiple places, really. I'll let you guys know when he texts me back. I asked him for the price. I'm sure I can see it on here. Let me go. I don't use Chessable very often. I know that like you can probably just Google it. Not Google it, go on Chessable and search it up, and then you should find Endgame Studies 101 by Costa, and it'll tell you the price. But I'll ask him just so he give us the price so you guys will know. Happy New Year, Emmanuel. Course info, thank you so much, Rave. There you go. Okay, so where the hell is the price? Okay, $20. $20 is a great price for how much content you get for Endgame here. So that's not bad at all, actually. Who knows, maybe he'll provide another link that you guys can use as well. We'll see. But it's holiday sale for now. Yeah, he's from Chess Dojo. All right, what do you guys think this one is? I see it, but I'll let you guys figure this one out. So the idea is to attract the king to another square, any piece, so you can fork or skewer, and win another piece. I don't think we did, Phoenix. Chess Bowl, well, the courses are not free. Some are free, not all are free. But I think that this course is absolutely worth $20. I mean, it's worth more than that. I mean, you get so much content for it, though. Take a look. Look at all of this. You go through a shit ton of puzzles for attraction, shit ton of puzzles for deflection, shit ton of stuff for interference, pass pawn tricks, mating nets for endgame. Like, this is, and it's all in one place, so it's extremely organized. And not to mention, then it goes into Zugzwang, and then it goes into domination, and then it goes into stalemate, and then it goes in under promotion, and then it goes in comparison, reciprocal thinking. I haven't even got to this point. Mental agility, level 1 studies, level 2 studies, level 3 studies, level 4. Like, that is a lot of content. This is $20 on sale at the moment. That's a lot of content. Like, for me, it did help me a lot. It helped me a lot with understanding a lot of these concepts. So, Happy New Year's. Yeah, it's great. I just texted him, but yeah, it says $20, and I don't know if I can send you guys a direct link. I think this is it. I'll just send it to you guys. So if you guys would like, you can purchase it and follow along with me, or do them by yourself. There you go. There you go. Okay. I'll share on here too. It just really depends, Conda. What I like about this is that the chessable one is that it's all in one place, and it's very interactive. So personally, I would say that this course is better for that, because I did use chess.com for endgame stuff, but I personally, and it might be a preference thing, but I do like when everything is one place, because I don't like having to basically open multiple tabs, go to like multiple different links areas for this stuff. Yeah. So this one's queen h8, and then check, and then you win the queen. Yep. What's up, Lionel? And they get harder as, you know, it goes. We only went through a few of those. We're going to deflection because it's just a review. But like you see, there's multiple puzzles, and they obviously get more and more difficult. So it's a nice progression. Okay. I'm allowed to stream it. Koista sent it to me so I can stream it for free. So that was nice of him. Okay. This is a deflection. So deflection theme is quite similar to attraction. It is all about displacing enemy pieces, usually with sacrifice. Oh, I didn't finish through the review, but let's go through deflection. But with one key distinction, while attraction tactics are meant to lure a piece to a specific square, deflections are all about luring a piece away from the controlling key square, where it performs some kind of critical defensive role. Okay, that's good to know. Hi Sam, how you doing? Happy New Year to you as well. Pieces defending against possible checkmate, pieces defending against possible tactic, or even the promotion of a pawn. Okay, cool. So let's go back to the reviews, and then we will... Let me just redo this. We will get to deflection too. But let's actually just go through attraction for now. Nope. I'm doing pretty good. Tonight, we are young. Okay, this one is nice. So the idea with this one is that the knight is defending the h6 square, and so if we bring the bishop to g4, there's nowhere for the queen to escape unless they take the bishop, but then they take it and then we fork on knight h6. Check. There you go. Vertical live. Funny thing is I'm actually working on setting up some new OBS software stuff. So we're actually gonna have the YouTube stream vertical and horizontal. So it's gonna be available on both. So if you're on a phone, it might be better. And if obviously you're on your PC, horizontal is better. So there's gonna be, you know, it's gonna be nice. Okay, this one is also very easy. So see, these aren't too hard, but they will get more difficult. This one is from Troitsky 1898 game. Okay, this is cool. So we have a queen, they have a queen, and we have a bishop. So the idea is going to be that there's going to be a skewer most likely somewhere. And we have to figure out the skewer. Okay, so this is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing possibly bishop to g8. If they take, then we skewer on queen b3. And okay, and here's the thing. If they don't take this, they have to either move here or king to c6, which also gets skewered if we just play queen a4 check. It'll skewer the pieces, like as you can see. So then if they move here, also the same thing happens. So they have to take, but when they take, they also get skewered. So basically, they're just screwed. If it was their move, they can get away with this, but it's not working here. So let's go ahead and play this. They take, and then we go ahead and we skewer here. Hey Enrique, how's it going? Yeah, my peak, wow, good peak rating. Mine's was 2042, 46. And then I did the same thing. I have to study openings actually, unfortunately. Okay, so this one is also really interesting. I see it. I don't know if you guys see it, but their queen is a little trapped, as you can see. If we bring the rook here to a8 and they go here, they get skewered. The king is defending the bishop. They have to move out of the way, and then we take that piece. Now I'm thinking that's probably the best move, truthfully. I started 3 years ago. Hi, Min. How you doing? Yeah, I don't see anything else. I think it's the best option. Then we take and we're up, you know. We're up a piece, which is nice. All right, next one. Okay, this one is also quite interesting. So if we play rook to g8, pins the queen to the king, so they have to take, and then, you know, that's considered attraction. Then once again, we fork. So this is nice to, like, look out for in your games. How you doing, Yuk? Happy 2026, you guys, to all of you. Okay. This one's also very good. So with this one, we play g5 check, king, then here, and then we win the rook. What I don't like about it, though, is that these pawns are looking mad sus. But the question is, like, we take here, they take, and then how the heck do we... What the hell do we play after this, actually? I'm really curious. I wish you could play... Oh, I think you can. Analysis board. Let's go to the analysis board. Because I'm actually curious about the position after the fact. This course is $20. It's a very good price because you actually get probably everything you need to know for endgames. Like all the concepts. From what I'm seeing. But don't know if that's 100% sure. I think it is. But I don't know. I'm pretty sure it is, but I don't know. But you can look for yourself because it does have a lot. Hello, how you doing, Port? Because it goes through literally all the concepts. I didn't see opposition, but I think it's in there. But I think it's somewhere in here. Yeah, so take here. How do I do this? Engine. Set game initial position. What the hell? Why can't I move this? Come on. I don't want to have to set up a board for this. You quit chess at your peak? 2200. Yeah, Mad Mac is good. Yeah. Definitely like focusing on rebuilding the self-esteem. That'll help you a lot. Okay, I'm gonna save this position and I think what I can do is figure out an easy way to like, you know, set up the engine because I do want to go through the end game. Yeah, therapy is good for everyone. Literally everyone. At some point. Like, okay, this one. We play this, and then that. Nice little fork. I think what's interesting is perhaps identifying where your knight usually needs to be. You know, like the coordination. In order to successfully attract and fork. Now here, this is nice because this forces a absolute pin, and then we can play knight to g5 check, winning the queen. Hey, we're going through some endgame puzzles. I actually do need more water too. Okay, this is also nice. So with this one, what I'm seeing actually is if we play rook, we have to look at what squares they can move to. If they move here, we fork him. If they move there, we win. You know, we win the piece. So they have to take, but then, you know, that doesn't go very well for them either. Da, da, da. Well, my highest rating was 2046. So I am not 800 rated. $20.46, I think. Hey, Happy New Year, PT. Okay, this is an interesting one as well. Okay, so I'm seeing this, takes, and then just that. I think that's probably the best approach here. And once again, we skewer the pieces. Hello, Weed, how's it going? Play with you once we have an arena. Chessable is for learning it. It's for endgame, for middle game, for anything really. It's basically where you'll find lessons like courses that grandmasters or teachers created for chess. And you can decide which courses you want to buy. Obviously, some of them are free, some are like $5. This one is 20, but this one covers a lot of content and is very good if you want to study endgame and have everything in one place, and it's very self-explanatory, which is also nice. That being said, let's go to the next variation. Okay, this one's very good. So we have a check with c6. Now, if they take, we have a check here. If they take like this, we have a check here. So we end up forking both ways. Sure is, Junka. My elo, it's 1960 something at the moment. I have been on a losing streak. For middle game in chess, well, middle game is a lot about tactics and how you set up your position in the opening. Unless you're talking about chessful courses. Happy New Year, Bax. Yeah. From Finland. How's Finland? There you go. You guys are free to play me once I have an arena going. At the moment, that is not the case. Okay, so we have attraction here. That moves away the king from the queen, obviously, and they can't defend their queen all the way there. Multiple squares away, so we win the queen. How do you play? I don't do well with fast time controls, but that's kind of fair considering I've literally been only playing for 3 years. I do well in classical, and I do well in slower rapid time controls. 10 is like a mixed bag for me. So that's not fun. Oh, this one's interesting. So I'm seeing something interesting here. I'm seeing a possible checkmate pattern. This, that covers everything. So this is what I'm seeing. If we play knight to d4, correct, and they don't take it, maybe they play something like this or move that away. What ends up happening is that we can actually play a3 here, correct? And then if we play that, they have to go here, correct? And then can they escape? Is there, this is hard, but I'm pretty sure there's a mate somewhere here. There's a chance that there might be, maybe I'm overthinking this a little bit. I think I might be overthinking this a little bit. Let me just look at all the checks first. Okay, if we play this, they go there. See, now this is much more difficult. We have to actually calculate this one all the way through. Yeah, so knight f4. Well, I wanted to look at knight d4 first. I like keeping the pieces close, but knight f4 is actually a really good find. It's a very nice find. It's not so simple to find, though. Well, aren't they just gonna move out of the way? So is that going to really help us much? You know? Okay, we have to pick a line and go through it. Actually, guys, there's a really good visual course I was going through. I stopped, but I need to get back into it. It's basically to help you visualize and calculate multiple moves and, advance. And it's good for stuff like this where you have to kind of calculate multiple lines. Well, bishop a3. But then what? So bishop a3, right? We play the check. The check. Oh. Actually, that's pretty damn terrible for them. Unless I'm mistaken. It's like a nice little lure. Okay, this is probably the first check we should have looked at. But how do you even know which check to look at first? Any like ideas or any like, I don't know, because that's hard. You know what I mean? Like I always struggle with deciding which one to look at first. What's a dagger check first? Adjacent? Adjacent in what way? How's this adjacent? You mean like adjacent to the king? Unblockable. I don't know what that means actually. Unblockable adjacent. No, I know what adjacent means, obviously. I just don't understand what you mean by adjacent and blockable. Unblockable. Oh, you mean like a piece can't. Oh, okay, I get it. Adjacent, so a piece can't go in between them. Got it. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you. So adjacent is the first one you want to look at. That's good. Like, how come I never knew that? Okay. And then that literally just forks. I usually go live at 4 p.m. Eastern time zone. That's sometimes it's like give or take. But today's a holiday. That's why I'm going live earlier. That being said, it's usually around 4 p.m. Well, I did look at how many squares, but I was more interested in knowing what check to calculate first because how many squares they have isn't enough. Willie Hendricks guy? Well, that's smart. Wow, this one's hard too. Okay, so I say the first check that we should look at is okay, I mean adjacent, right? That's what we were discussing. Adjacent. So if we're looking at adjacent, we're looking at this first. But then they can escape here. And then if they're going there, you know what I think it is? I think it's this first and then that. Correct? I think that would make the absolute most sense in this case because everything is blocked. So we go here and then we go here. Hmm. I think, isn't that where meditation would help with overthinking specifically? Okay. So let's look at this next line. White's a play and win. Takes. Well, this is rather interesting. Ah. Okay. I'm actually kind of interested in this. So if we play this, they do this. And what if we promote to a fork? Fork. They go here. Oh, you know what? Just take. Take. They do that, and then we just do that. That's simple, actually. Just because we're not in checks, so we're totally fine. I overcomplicated that one. It was very simple. Fireworks are scary. All right. Yeah, these are like getting harder and harder. I mean, I like this. And then if they move here, I like that. And I think that there might be... Back to the basics. We're reviewing. Like, all reviews for now. Okay. Yeah, I think that this would be best. And I think that there's like a fork. I'm trying to visualize it all in my head first. So, rook d6. Stressed. I think I see it. This is hard. So it's this. What the fuck? Okay, I saw that, but why the hell would that be? Oh, because mate, and they have to take it. I saw that. I'm like, that just gives up the freaking rook. Never mind, I complicated it for no reason. Okay. She can turn back time. Did the good all day. Back time. Wow, it's a good pawn structure. The so? Okay, so... All right. I think this one is gonna be... She can turn back time. I mean, the only thing I see is queen d4 check, and then queen blocks a c5, and then bishop a7. I think that's probably the best. People who think they know chess are great noise to those of us who do. Wait, who here thinks they know chess? No, the reason I'm calculating is actually for my visualization, because in order to calculate, especially when you're playing over the board, you need to be able to visualize the pieces, which takes practice. There's actually a course I was taking on here for it. There you go. There you go. That's very nice. That's why I'm trying to do that. It's more for the skill rather than the loss win, whatever. Okay, this one's very nice as well. We do this. We take simple. And then we take the rook, and then we should be able to promote easily, you know, especially with our king there. Which king b5 line? This one's pretty cool actually because the king and knight are working together in order to block the bishop. Oh, sorry, the king on a4. And so the knight is blocking all the dark escape squares, and so the only thing we have to cover is the light squares, which we can easily do, but then we can fork. So it's bishop d whatever check and then fork. Yeah, it messes it up for over the board because you don't freaking have checks over the board. So that doesn't really work out. It's laggy. Da dun dun dun. Right. All right. White's at play and win. The lag. There you go. Second order fork. Fork attracting fork. That's cool. Oh, I like this one. This is actually a really cool one. It's this, check, and then revealed attack on the queen. Is the link working? Which one, Mark? What? Somebody called me a cheater? In puzzles? Unhinged. Okay. Hello, cheater. Was it Kramnik by any chance? Alright. What the hell? I just got literally a notification about World Chess, and then it said Kramnik takes FIDE to Swiss Civil Court as I literally just mentioned his name. Yeah, only cheating myself. That's like the funniest thing. Just literally my phone rang. Yeah, Kamel, always. My bad. Just, you know, I don't cheat in games. I only cheat in puzzles. Okay, let's play a rated game before I get going. We'll just do one today. This was actually really good. I enjoyed doing the endgame puzzles on stream. Makes me feel good about myself. So, hey, Fort, good to have you. They're always on black. Jokes. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and... Yes, wish me luck. I didn't do well yesterday. Drew a game. Well, actually, that was... Hello, mouse. Please work. Da da da. We'll do this today. That should still be in buck move. Thank you, Spin. I'll be honest, I always forget where my night goes. I really need to like study this afterwards because I literally just forget. always like the most annoying thing. This is probably not the best, I'll be honest. I don't know what the hell this position actually is, taking a look at it now. We'll do this. Well, I want to say this, but if they take like that, and then we take like this, they play that. Actually, a little bit bad. Let me think first. Could always... actually, I'm not really sure what to play here. This is not a position I'm too used to. The only thing I can think of is this, but I don't really like creating a backwards pawn like that. That's not the best either. What if we play this? And then they play that. Or we can play this. Yes, let's play this first. I don't like bishop e7 here. Bishop e7 I think gets us in trouble with the tactic. Actually, this is totally fine because... Okay, what's their plan here? Oh, I see. Well, it looks like I'm falling for the tactics regardless, so... Because they're gonna play this, they're gonna play that, and then they're gonna win the rook. Well... Actually, aren't they though? Yeah, this is such a bad position for us actually, like this complicates everything. Oh, I thought that they were gonna play it differently, I guess not. Wait, why did I play that? I just had to move this out of the way. Okay, whatever, it's fine. Yeah, I absolutely messed with this opening, unfortunately. Sad face. But I guess we'll get that for it and then go from there. Play that. Well, now we do have a strong bishop, so I don't mind that too much. Then we're gonna play that. I don't mind that. And then I don't mind. See that? Yeah, this is a crazy ass position, but let's see. It might not be the worst. Let's see. Oh fuck, it is the worst. Well, now I'm just annoyed. Now it's just bad. I completely forgot about the pin. I see what's coming. That's the problem. Like, what if we play this and then, that's not the best either, though. We just have to kind of move this out of the way from what I'm seeing. Oh, you know what? This, yeah, let's see. It's not over, even though, no, it's not over yet. Let's see. Be yours. Yeah, that was my bad. Well, yeah, I don't think it's over yet. That's just me, though. Hmm. I just have to keep thinking. Because we need to figure out this. We could also figure something like this out, but I don't mind this either. And then that. See that? Hmm. Hmm. Is there something I'm missing here? It's still scary, but let's see. I guess I could just pin and win that piece. But let's see. We still have two bishops. That's the only reason I'm not giving up yet. Two bishops are very strong. Just gonna put that out there. Like it's one thing if, you know, it's one bishop, but the bishops together are very powerful. Okay. I just have to keep thinking here. I don't like the idea of pinning everything, but let's see. Do this. No, we can't. We honestly cannot exchange the bishops. If we do that, kind of fucked. So this is actually really bad for us. Mm-hmm. Now I'm gonna try to think what I can do here. Hmm. Can I wanna say this? But I just really don't know. Honestly, this is just hard because this fucking peace situation here, I feel a little bit screwed. And I have to find something that's like decent enough now. You know what I mean? Which is actually kind of ass. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Even this is just like, this is all super obnoxious. Whatever. I don't even care anymore. I'm resigning. This is bad. I don't know, man. I needed the bishops. That was my only chance of winning. Well, it doesn't matter. One sec. I totally forgot that this isn't fucking defended either. Yeah. Like, if this was defended, there could have been something, but it's not. You know what I mean? Mm, I don't know, man. Let's do this. It's the only thing I can do. Mm-hmm. Run away. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm running it, sir. That's just unfortunate. I can't believe I messed up the opening so badly. What the hell's my problem? Yeah, my New Year's resolution is quit chess after this. What did I do wrong? How did I like... Oh. Oh, here. This is where I messed up. I did think about playing this, but then I thought that if they move out of the way... Oh. We could just keep it simple. I didn't even, like, realize I can just quite literally play this. But say they play this and then this happens, then what? Annoying. Yeah, I gotta get the blenders out, clearly. What? This? What? How about that? Oh, it just defends. Man, I could have taken the pawn the whole time. I didn't even... that's not good. That's really freaking annoying. I hate this game. I hate this game. Yeah, I didn't mean to leave it in the middle. I did not... I just like completely butchered the whole fucking thing for some reason. I don't even know why. Don't even ask me because I don't know. Dude, this is so lame. Please. Run away. Oh, I want to take so badly. I'm taking. Run away. I don't know, I just wanted to take, I guess. Run away, run away. What the fuck did I just do? Ugh, whatever. I forgot about the piece. I don't know why. I don't know how. I just did. Oops. Oh, they didn't take. Huh. Da, da, da. Well, if we go here, what are they gonna play? Whatever. Go here. I want to play this, but then they're gonna play that, and I don't like that. Let's just develop first. Ever lasts forever. Okay. We're gonna play this. And I think this is actually a better position for us. Okay. Everybody wants to rule the worlds. We're gonna play this. And then we're gonna keep that attack going. Yeehaw. Da, da. Oh, they could just move out of the way. Now I just create a weakness for no reason because I don't know what I'm doing. Clearly. Should have just taken that and, you know, called it a day. It is bold, but like stupid bold. Forever. Next level, truthfully. I don't really know the goal with this, but I'm gonna play that and call it a freaking day. Everybody wants to. Attraction! Except I failed because there's an escape square. Sad. I love this song. And the sky is gray. On a winter's day. Safe You're dreaming. Stopped into a church. Along the way. Whatever, let's do this and exchange. Dreaming. This. Mm-hmm. Go ahead and play that. Oh, that's what I forgot about earlier. My bad. No, the sky. Alright, we're just gonna have to somehow equalize here because I messed up. Are you kidding me? Did I just mess up the whole position? I feel as if I just did. Again. This, they take that. You know, that's ugly. Just gonna play this. Great, now we're like totally fucked, by the way. This is like, I just went from a winning position to a losing position. Yay me. How awesome is that? How freaking awesome is that? Literally from winning to losing within 5 seconds. Yay! I hate chess. I'm so mad. Oh well. Um, we'll do this. Oh great, now they could just defend, and I gave them that too. I'm sad, you guys. I'm sad. I didn't need to do all of that. I didn't need to give that to them. I don't even know what to do now. Take this, that. No, I'm down 2 points. It's fucked. Truthfully. I'm totally fucked. Great. Screw there too. I'm about to resign because I'm just kind of really annoyed. I'm gonna resign. This is terrible. I'm done. Well, today the games, both those games ruined my mood. I should just stick to studying. I should have just stuck to studying. That's it. Now I get that nonsense. Great. Da, da. this. Nah. Oh shit. Not good. Very shitty actually. 12 seconds. I'm so mad. Really am. What did I just do? I forgot about the night. Oh. What? Why did that work? Oh my god, I just got myself mated. This isn't my day. Not my day. It's really not. Whatever, man. I'm gonna go to 15:10 after the stream. Kind of over it. I'm over the stupid mistakes. I'd rather start thinking again. You know? I'm just like so over it. Yes, let me think about this. I don't actually know. That? I think that just gives them like a piece for everything, really. Oh no. Actually, surprisingly, I'm okay. I don't know how, but I am. Well, I'm not okay now. I just got myself mated. Yeah, this is not my day. It's not my day. Oh no, that's not even the move I wanted to play. The mouse freaking slip is not okay either. God damn it, that's not what I wanted to play. This is annoying. This is actually literally not what I wanted to play. It's lame. It's not that I don't think what my opponent's gonna do, it's that I run out of time if I think about what my opponent's gonna do. That's my life, man. That's my current life. Now it's me. Nice, nice. Yeah, well, it's hard to. Crick, what's up? Good to see you. Not Merry Christmas Eve. Happy New Year. Yeah. That was a nice mate, though. That's what I play for. Okay, I don't mind this so far. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Alright, I'm just trying not to lose. That. Okay. So far, I don't mind this at all. We got mate. Yeah. Alright. I mean, it's not the worst, actually. The past two games have been decent. Ah, shit. Oh boy. Not the best either, truthfully. Not bad. I don't mind this so far. This. Okay. That. I have to be careful because I have a feeling I'm screwing up quite badly now. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Uh-oh. So fucking scary. Wait, why didn't I just check? Son of a bitch. I should have just checked. But then I lost on the clock anyways. Happy New Year! Happy New Year. Oh no, I messed up. Oh, they messed up too. Phew. Good stuff. I want to say this first. I don't know if that's right though. I don't know. This. And then I like this. Oh, I just lost the whole piece with this. And I have 11 seconds left. And apparently got mated. Sigh. Hi, good evening, Naresh. How you doing? Hello, hello. Alright. Mm-hmm. Don't mind this too much. We're gonna castle this direction. We're gonna play all of these moves if we can. Or this. Okay, let's just open it up first of all. I don't mind that. They're stuck now. Mm. I want to say this. How about that? This. That. Ah, what the hell? It's so freaking obnoxious. Oh, I lost on the clock. Yep. Yep, that's about how that always goes. Oh yeah, I should get off. I don't know, I'm streaming so late. I've got quite a lot of work to do. Truthfully, I don't really know what I was doing here. What if we do this and then that? And then this? And takes that? And then that? And then this? And then that. Oh, very nice. Very nice. I was... Where? Oh, darn it. Here I go with that stupid move by accident again. Sigh. Actually, they didn't play the best order either. Like, we can actually come back from this quite quickly. You know? I've got my eye on you. Wait, why didn't I just take that? Aw, I wasn't paying attention. At least not enough of it. Well, there you go. That worked out for us. That... What the hell are they playing? Truthfully, like, what even was any of that? Then we play that, and then we mate, I guess. The price of paying attention, huh? Happy New Year, Nourish. I'm just trying to make myself feel better before I get off of chess because I had a very tragic moment just happen and of losing both my games, and I'm sad now. It was really sad. I've got my eyes on you. Yes, yes, we play this now. Oh, we should have just checked. Oh well. I think that this should be mate soon. If we can double check at least. Well, actually, I don't think we need to double check. I think this is technically also mate. Well, I guess it's still not mate, but it should be mate soon. Because there's a check. No, that should be mate. That's mate in one. Yes, yes, yes. Hey, how you doing, Ren? What the? Oh. I've got my eyes on you. There you go. Why all streamers have higher elo? Why? Can I know? Can I learn how to get a higher elo? Okay. I do have to be mindful of the moves, which I haven't been the best of being. I do want to say this, but I don't actually know. The only reason I don't do that is then you can't castle, and that's pretty lame. I've got my eye on you. Thank you. There you go. The time chest wasn't invented? I am trying to be mindful of my bullet moves. I am. I swear. It's true. I'm not capping. Actually, I don't mind these moves when they play things like that. It makes me feel good. We'll play this. And then that. How's this? I got scared. I thought I got back rank mated. I didn't. I'm good. How do I mate here now? We'll do this first. That next. This next. That next. Oh, I lost on the clock. I hate this. Drugs are bad. Scotch? I guess we're doing the Scotch Gambit. Alright. Okay. What do I want to play today? They wasted a move. Okay. I like this so far. Weaken every freaking piece possible for them. Okay, I want to actually think this through now. We'll just take. We'll keep it simple. I just lost my queen by accident here, unfortunately. But I think we're gonna be fine. Just gotta somehow keep wasting their clock and then go off that, you feel? So that's what we're gonna do. 18 seconds left. Okay. This. We gotta keep going. How about that? This. That. This is a little funny, I'll be honest. Okay. 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 This, that, takes. Told you guys. I knew I was gonna win on the clock. That was funny. Alrighty, I gotta get going. Okay, you guys. We're gonna end on a win, luckily. But anyways, I'll see you guys probably, I don't know about tomorrow, but the day after that. So thank you, Arif. Thank you. So happy new year to all of you. Take care. Until next time. Let's have a good 2026. All right, bye guys.